Let's get live.
It's all the way live. It's all the way live.
Paul O'Neill.
You like that, don't you?
I love that.
That's so good.
It's the one thing I like about Dodger Stadium. And I was a big fan of Paul O'Neill. Still am.
What do you mean it's the one thing you like about Dodger Stadium?
I mean, not Dodger Stadium.
Yankee Stadium?
Yankee Stadium.
Oh, here we go. Good. We're live.
One thing I like about Dodger Stadium. I like it when they would do it with names that didn't really work. Let's see here. I got to sneeze. Is that loud?
Paul, you can put the cameras on, man. What's up, everybody? We're going to get started here in uno minuto.
Un minutos.
Let's see. How do I... copy this. I'm going to share it to Twitter. Share this to Twitter, y'all. We are about to get rolling here in just a second. Thank you for watching the Riot podcast and or listening.
I want to share it. Where is it?
On Facebook.
You're on Facebook.
Yes.
There it is. Like. Share. Hey, guys. Watch this crap. Oh, no, I always say that. What do I say? Hey, guys. If you want to get smarter. No, that's stupid.
You're stupid. Ooh, that was a pretty sound. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I'm going to hit the show open and we're going to go.
I just shared it. I shared it.
Here we go.
I clicked share.
This is the Riot
Man, now I
podcast.
got to start it over again. Don't talk over the intro.
This is the Riot Podcast with Matt Moscona and Ryan Terrio. One is an athlete, the other an athletic supporter. Follow the guys on Twitter at Matt Moscona and at RTerrio7.
I clicked share.
You
Here's Matt
talk
and
over
Ryan.
the intro again. You were just dying to talk over the intro, weren't you?
Yep.
That's why I don't like
That
you.
I was, buddy.
This is the Riot Podcast presented by Prime Occupational Medicine. He is the Riot, Ryan Terrio. I am a jockstrap, Matt Moscona. A lot I want to get to. We got some breaking news here, actually, just in the last 30 minutes. We were going to start with LSU's win over Mississippi State, your obnoxious T-shirt. So we'll get into all of that stuff here. But for those those are watching us here on Facebook Live, thank you for being here. For those that are listening to the podcast later, thank you as well. But Terrio is wearing a hashtag free DW40 shirt.
Yep.
Showing your support for Devin White.
Yep. Get him out. Get him out.
Okay,
Let the boogeyman out.
We will get there in a second. Some breaking news, though. The New York Giants are, this is Adam Schefter, ESPN, Shefting.
Shefting 1-2. Shefting 1-2.
Giants are trading cornerback Eli Apple to the New Orleans Saints. How about that? Saints are sending this year's 4th-round pick and next year's 7th rounder to the Giants for a former 1st-round pick Eli Apple, who he was drafted 1st round in 2016 out of Ohio State. Sean Payton loves him some Ohio State.
He does.
Marshawn Lattimore, Ohio State. Michael Thomas, Ohio State. Von Bell, Ohio State. Dude, if you played at Ohio State, he's going to draft you. Just keep the Buckeyes coming.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't draft you, he's going to trade for you.
Yep. He's getting you.
I don't know. Okay. Fills an obvious need. The Saints, especially when P-Rob got hurt, that was their nickel corner out. Ken Crowley is stunk this year.
Stinks.
They needed a corner. Everyone was kind of hoping that it would be Patrick Peterson, though. Why are you shaking your head?
They don't have enough. I don't think they have enough to get Pat Pete. And then, nor would you want to sell the farm, I think, moving forward. You got probably 2 more years, maybe 3 with good Drew Brees. And then, you're really setting, in my opinion, you're setting back a franchise in a couple years that could probably hang on a little bit. Now, I like Eli Apple, but more than Eli Apple, I like Annie Apple.
We'll talk about that in a second. But Eli Apple has been very hit or miss in his career. He's not been popular in New York. He and Landon Collins got into it. I know Landon trains at Traction in the offseason, so you know Landon well. Do you think we can get him on to talk about Eli Apple?
Probably not.
Why?
Because I don't think he likes him that much.
Well, that's the point.
Yeah, I don't think he would. I mean, he may. I'll throw a text out there, but
Eli Apple, 6'1", 201. Again, a former 2016 first-round draft pick. Just on its face, look, you needed help at cornerback. I would have loved to have seen the Saints get Patrick Peterson. I think they could have made it work financially. But the Cardinals weren't going to take a 4th and a 7th-round pick for Patrick Peterson. So if this is what you get, it's an upgrade from Ken Crowley. I don't think there's any question about that. Eli Apple gets to go to a team that was 1-6. That's 1-6 to a team that's 5-1 and right in the thick of the NFC playoff race. Sometimes a change of scenery is good for guys. Like, I think you could probably speak to that.
No, a change of scenery is really good for guys. My only concern is what does it do to the clubhouse? Now, you've got a veteran-laden clubhouse with obviously Drew, Mark Ingram and a couple guys that have been there for a long, long time. So hopefully it won't affect the atmosphere, the culture very much, because I know that was one of the things that Landon had some issues with. Was he giving 100% effort? Was he playing hard? Did he kind of take himself out? There was a couple times last year where they weren't quite sure if he was hurt or not, and he didn't play in the game. And so, things like that can divide a clubhouse. But he was picked in the first round for a reason.
What was that reason?
Because he's a lockdown corner.
No, he's not.
Oh.
He hasn't been in his career anyway.
Well,
he
in
was
college
drafted.
he was.
He was drafted to be that, but he has not been that in his career. What they're hoping is he can be a really strong number 2 opposite Marshawn Lattimore. Which they desperately need right now. So I'm hopeful, man. I'm hopeful that this is what the Saints need. If nothing, look, I guess I'd look at it this way: could it be any worse? Like, could it be any worse than Ken Crowley?
Yeah, Ken Crowley's not that good.
So it can't be worse.
No.
And I think sometimes I think Patrick Robinson is a great example of a guy who benefits from a change of scenery. He was a first-round pick with the Saints. He was brought in that 2010 draft to be a lockdown number 1 corner, and it never happened for P-Rob in New Orleans. And so because that never happened, they trade him. He goes to Philly, and he ends up being a really good corner in Philly. He found his role as a nickelback. The Saints then trade to get him back this off, or they signed him in free agency this offseason. So like sometimes players can move on and grow up, and that helps. Like. Yeah, so I'm hopeful that's the case here with Eli Apple. If nothing else, I can appreciate the Saints addressing a need.
Sure. No, and I don't know if it's growing up as much as it is getting around different coaches, getting around a different group of guys, and they challenge you in different ways. I mean, I've seen guys, like you talk about change of scenery, but go from team to team and be a totally different player, both good and bad.
Give me one.
David Freese, for instance. You see him in St. Louis, and he bounces from team to team to team. Now he's obviously in the playoffs or in the World Series with the Dodgers now, but his career would kind of it mirrored the team that he was on, and he was actually, be a different player depending on what team he was on. And in St. Louis, it was the aggressive, big hit type guy, and Pittsburgh was a little bit kind of bench type guy. Now in L.A., he's hitting 3rd for the Dodgers playing in the World Series, so.
Here's hoping that's what happens with Eli Apple. We'll get more reaction. But again, that story, as we're recording this podcast, just broke about 30 minutes ago. So what we were going to initially lead with, though, was me pointing and laughing at you because you picked Mississippi State to beat LSU. Yeah. So just because I've been wrong so much, I just had to take the opportunity to point and laugh at you.
Well, first off, let me say this. I'd hoped that LSU would win.
No way. If you pick against them, you hate them. That's a rule. That's what I've learned this year from LSU fans. If you pick against LSU, you hate them and you want them to lose.
No, that's not true. I'd hope they would win. I didn't want to get my hopes up too much for this showdown that's getting ready to happen, but it's a good thing that my heart was right and my head was wrong, because it was domination from the first snap by the LSU defense.
That first drive from Mississippi State, they kind of gashed LSU, and they got down to the 2, and LSU bowed their neck, and then State never sniffed the end zone again. Never really got close again. So I wouldn't say from the first snap. 3 points, man, in the SEC, top 25 SEC matchup. How bad is Nick Fitzgerald?
Why is he such a bad quarterback?
Why wouldn't they play Keaton Thompson?
Why does he throw the ball to the other team so much?
Why did they let him throw the ball at all?
Why wasn't he wearing an LSU uniform?
Why would you want him to wear an LSU uniform?
Because he completed more passes to our guys. Oh, he was so good for us.
He was really good for us.
He was the real MVP.
No, you're right. He's the real MVP. Oh, you know what? Did you want to talk about Annie Apple real quick?
She's the real MVP.
Okay, so we forgot about this. We'll come back because we'll get to your free Devin White thing in a second.
Y'all are going to love Annie Apple.
So Annie Apple is Eli's mom. She does a blog. She's really active on social media. She's made a lot of waves. She's got some brilliant tweets. But she did a story when Eli was drafted. by the Red Sox, or by the Giants. World Series on the brain. She wrote a story in Sports Illustrated, and she said, quote, Eli was offered Rolex watches and diamonds to wear on draft day. I told him, dude, you're an unemployed college dropout. You will not be on TV with a Rolex. So we decided if he needed to know what time it was, he could just look at his phone. I bought him a portable charger.
She's so good. She's so good. She's
I
so
love
right.
her.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I love her.
Annie Apple, you're the real MVP.
She talked about a riot. The draft was in Chicago that year. She said, quote, there was a wonderful welcome reception for the family, though whomever planned the event forgot to include desserts. This is what happens when skinny women rule the world. They forget the chocolate.
Yep.
Clearly, the commissioner owes me a brownie.
I agree with that.
I think she's still
She's a beauty.
She also addressed the rumor spread by an anonymous NFL scout that Eli couldn't cook. Quote, I had to set the record straight that my husband is a former 5-star chef, and by the extra 15 pounds I'm carrying, we eat quite well.
Yeah.
I love her.
I like her.
Oh, I love her so much. Like, I'm glad the Saints traded for Eli Apple just so Annie Apple's around and she can become relevant to Saints fans.
We need to get her contact info. Let's DM her or something, get her on the show.
On it.
Yeah.
All right, so give me your thoughts on so for those watching on Facebook, thank you. Facebook Live. If you're listening to this podcast, we record this at noon Central Time every Tuesday. So if you watch the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge Facebook Live feed, you can watch us and participate because we will get to kick rocks and ask us and all that stuff.
We do it all.
We do it all.
Yeah.
We like for you to be interactive. So everyone who's watching right now, thank you very much. We appreciate you all. All right, talk about. So for those that can't see, Ryan is wearing a white T-shirt, which has in black lettering hashtag free DW40. So I'm guessing you think it wasn't targeting.
According to the rule book, it was targeting. But here's my issue with the rule, and we'll get into this a little bit later on Kick Rocks. It's the actual interpretation and inconsistency of the enforcement of the rule, which really pisses me off. And ahead of a game like this, and I've seen the videos of the Alabama stuff and all that. Listen, man, it's just absolutely the wrong time for something like this to happen, and I get that there's nothing we can do about it, but actually there is something we can do about it. We can white out the stadium, and the boogeyman comes, and second half starts, the boogeyman's coming. He's coming back. The boogeyman's coming to get him.
Is that what Devin White, they call him the boogeyman?
I'm calling him the boogeyman.
Oh, why?
Because I think it's an awesome nickname. I wish somebody would have called me that.
Why?
Had I played middle linebacker in the SEC and been a freak show like he is, I would have wanted my nickname to be the boogeyman.
Okay.
So we're going to start calling Devin White the boogeyman.
Okay.
He haunts your nightmares.
Where are you going? Oh.
I got another.
Oh, you got another. Good on you on the props today.
I got another one. Second half nightmare.
That's hashtag second half nightmare.
This is when the boogeyman comes out.
So are you saying you'll wear in the first half the hashtag free DW40 shirt?
First half you wear this one.
And then the second half you
shred it.
Yeah, hashtag second half nightmare. Is there anything on the back?
Boogeyman's coming.
Let me see.
It's not on there, but it's.
Oh, but it's gonna.
Yeah. I'm putting boogeyman's coming.
Okay. I don't like the font.
It's whatever. You can.
Yeah, I want something bolder.
We go a little bolder.
That's not a good font.
Okay.
I don't like that. So
I don't like your font.
That's fine. You don't have to like my font.
You don't have to like mine either.
Well, I don't.
I don't like yours.
Okay.
All right.
So that, but at least you agree though that it was targeting.
According to what the rule says,
which is the rule.
Forceful contact above the
forcible. Yes.
Forcible or
yes. Forcible.
What did I say?
Forceful.
Is that the same thing?
Nope.
Close?
Close. Both use force.
Okay. Forcible contact above the shoulders.
To the head or neck area.
So above the shoulders. I don't know what else is above the shoulders.
Okay.
The head or the neck.
But I'm saying how it's written.
Okay. Head or neck area by any body part on a defenseless player.
Right.
Right?
Right.
That's how I understand it.
Yeah. Close enough. Yeah.
So if you pluck them real hard, like real hard.
You flick them?
If you flick them real hard, do you get, Like, is that targeting? And what got me is, as I watched it, I saw his hands go first, so I don't know if he was trying to stop himself, but I have seen Devin White, the boogeyman, excuse me. I have seen the boogeyman when he hits people because his arms are giant, like he'll push them. He does that a lot, and it looked like he was trying to do that, but Fitzgerald's so dang tall that as he was going up, obviously the face mask was right there, and there was a little action, but also Fitzgerald was turning his head to kind of get out of the way. It looked like when he was hit by the boogeyman, it turned his head. That wasn't the case. So,
look, I talked about this for 3 hours Monday on AFR. I've talked about it on podcast, talked about it on Morning Scone.
You're about to talk about it in Birmingham.
I'm going on WJOX here in 45 minutes, and I'm sure they're going to ask me about it too. But I've spoken my piece. I think the rule sucks. No, let me rephrase. I can appreciate the spirit of the rule. I don't think anybody wants head injuries. Okay, we all can agree on that, right? Nobody wants devastating head and neck injuries. Nobody wants dangerous plays.
No.
That's fine. I think this is not in line with the spirit of the rule. Like, what Devin White did was not a violent, malicious, dangerous play. It wasn't. It just wasn't.
No.
What I also know for a fact, though, is that officials have been taught, throw the flag, let replay decide.
Mm-hmm.
If it's questionable, it's targeting. Like, they're going to err on that side. So just like you said, the face masks touched, which they did, and you can tell it from the sideline view. It's obvious. It's targeting. So it sucks. I hate it. It sucks doubly that he's got to sit out for the first half of the next game and that the next game is that big. Of course that sucks. I hate it. I think it's terrible. But I understand it. But I just, if you're looking at it objectively, by the letter of the rule, it's targeting. It sucks, but it's what it is.
Did the same guy review the White penalty that was reviewing the Alabama game?
There was no flag in that game.
There wasn't a flag thrown on that play?
No.
Oh, wow. When he hit the quarterback?
Correct.
What about the second play of the game on the little swing pass thing?
Of the LSU game?
No, Alabama.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. So they didn't throw a flag on that.
And I asked for it.
Wow. I
asked for an interpretation on that, and they said it was chest. And you can tell that and everyone agreed, the hit from Mack Wilson on Jarrett Guarantano, the Tennessee quarterback, is a violent hit.
Oh, yeah, he got him.
He went through him.
Yeah.
Hurt the kid, like broke his collarbone. He's lower.
He is lower.
He's lower
but
than Devin White is.
But there was contact, though. There was contact with the top of his helmet to the face mask. There was.
Mack Wilson's face mask is in Guarantano's chest.
And the top of his helmet.
But he didn't lead with the top of his helmet to the head or neck area.
And nor did Devin White lead with his face mask.
But the contact from Guarantano was in the chest area. That's the point. Look, our argument here
all day long.
You're right. You're absolutely, which is why this is stupid. And I think everyone can roundly agree on that. And it's not worth talking about anymore because it's over and it's not going to change.
The only thing we can do, this is all we can do, honestly. It's white the stadium out.
Let's do it.
You got to white them out.
Are you really in favor of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
The whiteout?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So there's like a fan, for those who don't know, there's like this fan movement that started, the hashtag Free Devin White on social media, and some are saying that calling for a whiteout in Tiger Stadium. For what it's worth, I don't believe that LSU is like formally going to get behind this. And part of me understands it, right? It's a player that is suspended and might look at like it's like you're rebelling against the ruling and all. So I can kind of understand for optics that I really don't think LSU is formally going to get behind a whiteout movement. I also think another part of it too is if LSU is going to try to sell a bunch of Beat Bama shirts, they're all either purple or gold shirts. So,
that's why you should get this shirt right here.
your hashtag Free DW40 shirt.
Here's what I'm going to do.
Yep.
I'm going to Sherwin-Williams.
Okay.
The paint store.
Yep.
I'm buying the white painter outfit.
Okay.
Like Mario and Luigi used to wear.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But all white.
But theirs were green and red.
Yeah, but I'm getting it all white at Sherwin-Williams.
Okay.
The paint store.
I like it.
I'm going white hat. I'm going white Free DW40 shirt in the first half. Then I'm going to switch it and go to second half nightmare. Hashtag here comes the boogeyman.
If you're wearing if you're wearing the overalls, though.
This is going on top.
Okay.
Yep. Long sleeve, of course. And then I'm going white painter's hat too. I'm whitening it out.
I like it.
Yep. White shrimp boots, Delcom Reeboks.
Okay, in a moment of like seriousness here, would you really want to get behind this movement and like push it and encourage people to do the all white?
Yeah.
Like, you think that'd be cool?
I think it'd be awesome.
So I mentioned this
because it would get national play game day is going to be here. Like when the thing comes on, and then everybody's going to start talking about how stupid the referees are again. So it'd be good.
I think there was 2 examples that I can remember of like a fan movement that looked really cool. One, post 9/11, Texas A&M organized a red. Their state Kyle Field, so as the old configuration before they expanded it, was 3 decks on each side. And they did it to where they sold shirts and all like $10, and all the proceeds went to like charities post 9/11. And it was like red, white, and blue for each deck. And so wherever your seats were, it looked amazing.
Right.
It was a phenomenal, and it was totally organic, fan organized. The other, Tennessee, have you seen them do the checkerboard in Eland?
I have.
Where fans
they
did
do that on their own.
Fans did that on their
Wow.
own. Somebody went and discussed, like on a website, went and found, okay, what section? If you're in this section, wear orange. This section, wear white. So the whole stadium looks like they're orange and white checkerboard. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, I think this would have to be a fan generated thing, and sometimes when those happen, I do think that's really cool if you can get the whole fan base to do it. The problem is, I think with LSU, there's never really like a consensus on what color people wear to LSU games. You see a lot of purple, a lot of gold, and a lot of white. It looks like a gumbo. The stadium does. It's like if you go to a Nebraska game, everybody wears red. You know what I mean? It's not like that at LSU.
You could help this cause.
If people, I'll push it.
Do you like it?
I don't. I think if you pull it off, if the stadium's 60%, then no. But if it's like 100%, but like Penn State whiteout buy-in where 100,000 people are wearing white, yeah, that's chill bumps. That's really cool.
Well, then, I mean, look, bro, like, I don't say a whole lot of nice things about you. I know that on air, but like, people listen to you.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they do.
Well, but I hate LSU, right?
So if you get behind this and push it like hard, get your free DW40 shirts. Let's white this thing out.
Where do you get the shirts?
OutdoorAddictionsUSA.com website.
What?
Yeah.
Can't it just be like freedevonwhite.com or something?
Could be. Maybe.
That's a long website.
freedevonwhite.com. Yeah, I think that's the website. It's on my Facebook.
So can they change the font? Like, I don't want to wear that. That looks dumb.
Yeah,
and can you make the lettering purple instead of black?
Yeah, we can. This was just made for the show today.
Okay.
Yeah. So here it is. Here's the link. There's the website. Right there. It's on my Facebook.
Well, I don't know why you're showing me your phone. That doesn't do me any good. Doesn't do our audience any good.
Watch. Let me show you.
It's amazing people are still listening to this and watching us. What?
So there they are. Second
Oh,
half.
I see it. Yeah, that's okay. That's not good. I want a better font. I want it in purple. By the way, before we do Kick Rocks, tell people about Prime Occupational Medicine.
Prime Occupational Medicine. If you need safety, if you got safety issues, human resources, if you're a business owner and need help with corporate planning, call my people at Prime Occupational Medicine, www.primeoccmed.com. If you have on-job injuries, that's where you send your clients. That's where you send your workers. You don't have to deal with the big hospitals and the big therapy clinics. Send them to Prime. They can take care of it. They can also come on site to the job site. They have all these cool little mini ambulances that are really awesome. And I want one, but they're super
awesome.
They're super expensive, but I do want one. And they can bring that.
Money.
No, not really. I used to, but they can actually bring it on site.
Is that why you're doing podcasts now?
That's why I'm doing podcasts and selling T-shirts. Got it.
Woo! Prime Occupational Medicine, primeoccmed.com. Let's do it.
Are we doing Kick Rocks right now?
It's now time to Kick Rocks with Ryan Terrio.
Why wouldn't
Kick
we?
Rock.
Kick Rocks.
Why
NBA
wouldn't we?
can kick
Oh,
rocks
okay.
because
I
they're
gotta find
so
it.
dang sensitive.
What are you looking at?
I'll go first.
Kick Rocks.
As a matter of fact, the NFL can kick rocks too.
We've got rocks.
You know
what to do.
In that case, then Matt's going to have to kick rocks.
Now let's see if Ryan Terrio actually prepared for this week's segment.
I'm going to tell myself to kick rocks.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
So Joey Bourgeois said it sounds like something Trey Duncan started. Is Big Dunk responsible for these shirts?
I've got Big Dunk in a picture.
Okay.
Can you pull up my Facebook? You need to see this.
In a minute. Robert Boudreaux
But
said...
I want you to do it right now.
I can't right now.
Can I pull it up and show you while you're talking? Or
Robert Boudreaux said he'll buy a shirt.
Yeah.
Stephen Miller said, "Attaboy, Matt, get on the purple lettering train." See, like I think
that can be done.
white shirt, better font,
Easy.
purple lettering
Done.
that sells.
Done.
I would buy one of those.
Yeah, you would.
Robert wants a tiger eye on the back.
Can't.
Yeah, you can do a tiger eye.
I mean,
you can't do their officially licensed one, but you can do a tiger eye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess we could do whatever we want, really.
All right. You want me to go first on Kick Rocks?
Sure. Do you want to go first? Is
Yeah.
it the second half of the show yet?
Almost.
All right, let me know when it's the second half.
Why? Oh, you changed your shirt. It'll be the second half after Kick Rocks.
Okay.
All right. Rajon Rondo can Kick Rocks.
You.
Oh, you had it? Was that your
Yeah.
first? Oh, you can have it.
Let's do it together. Go. Why?
If you spit in another person's face, you're a goon, and you deserve to be punched in the nose and then kicked in the balls. I'm not okay with guys kicking guys in the balls. It's not okay to kick people in the balls unless if it's in self-defense. Like if you're trying to save your life. Otherwise, because like you know what damage that does.
It hurts so bad.
But in this
too.
moment, if someone spits in your face, kick him in the balls.
Did I ever tell you about the time I got kicked in the balls at
Nope.
Broadmoor in 3rd grade?
Nope.
This girl named Zelda kicked me in the
Oh,
balls.
you did tell me about Zelda.
Zelda kicked me in the balls in the 3rd grade, and I wore a cup to school for the next month. Like a real
Probably
cup.
like a day.
No, it hurt really bad.
You didn't wear it for a
Kicked
month.
me right in the balls. I was so mad at her. And it was hard for me to be mad at her because I love the game, Legend of Zelda.
All right.
But she kicked me right in the junk.
For sure.
Yeah, Rajon Rondo can kick rocks. Not only did he spat in his face, but he also threw the first punch. Like he's like, hey, I'm going to spit at you, and I'm going to...
Well, then Chris Paul put his finger in Rondo's face and shoved him, and then Rondo punched.
Yeah. Look, this guy's...
Chris Paul should have thrown a haymaker. As soon as he got spit on, Paul tried to show some restraint.
Yeah.
And just kind of did the finger pointing. Chris Paul should have thrown a haymaker right there. And everybody would have been like,
justified.
All right, I get it.
Rondo's been a problem everywhere he's been. And listen, if he wasn't a problem, he'd still be in New Orleans.
Nah, playoff Rondo was so good last year.
If he wasn't a problem, AD would have made sure he stayed in New Orleans. I think there was some issues going on in that clubhouse. Nobody likes the guy. He's a clown. All right, my turn. The New York Giants can kick rocks.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the O-line or if Eli's really bad, but you've got the most dynamic receiver on the planet, and you've probably got, I don't know, arguably top 3 running backs on the planet on your team, and you're 1-6.
Yeah.
It's a total waste of weapons, and whoever's pulling the shots over there, calling the shots, needs to be fired. I think those guys are brutal. They can kick rocks.
Booger McFarland can kick rocks.
Not Booger. He's an LSU guy.
All right. I don't know if Booger. I'm gonna play this. I don't know if Booger needs to kick rocks or if but something in this has to kick rocks. This was last night on Monday Night Football. Booger was talking about Odell. Here you go.
Lisa says, "Don't worry about Odell. Nothing but a bathroom break." What?
You know, back in my day, Ted, we would do that on the sideline. I didn't need to go to the back for that. We just kind of sit down on the bench and you do your business and move on. That's what we did.
Boog, that's too much information.
No, it's not. No, seriously. No, listen. All these diva wide receivers wanted to go to the bathroom. As a defensive lineman, we didn't go to the bathroom. You sat on the bench, did your business, and you got up.
I don't really know what to say about that, but I feel like Booger should have to kick rocks for that.
Did he doo-doo on the bench?
No, he said he'd take a pee-pee.
So he wouldn't doo-doo.
No, he said he had to take a pee-pee.
Then Matt's going to have to kick rocks.
Would he just take it out of his pants and just
No, he's saying he would go sit on the bench and just go.
Pee on himself?
Just pee on himself.
Now you did that, didn't you, when you played? Didn't you tell me that one time?
Never peed on myself.
Maybe not.
Condon told me one time he and Alan Risher, former LSU quarterback Alan Risher, and Richard Condon, legendary radio guy in Baton Rouge, they were sitting in the West Upper Deck at Tiger Stadium, a torrential downpour. They had been drinking Jack and Coke all game.
Of course they had.
They had to pee, and they just looked at each other and said, let's just go. And so they just peed on themselves in the West Upper.
I like that.
I do too. I can respect that a little bit. I mean, I get, but
I think I've done that before. I mean, I don't know what scenario, but
I can't remember a time I've ever, except for being, all right, if I'm at the beach and I'm in the ocean, you're in the ocean in the water, just let it rip. I mean, what does it matter at that point, right?
Well, I do it at Blue Bayou every time.
Stop it.
I do.
You pee in the water?
I pee in the water at Blue Bayou Water Park every time that I go.
What? Like,
it's a ritual.
Why do you do that?
Even if I don't have to go, I make myself go in the water.
Why would you do that?
Because everybody else does.
I believe, like, it's so gross to think that you're swimming in someone's urine. I get that it's sterile and there's chlorine in there, but, like, come on, man. Like, why would you do that?
Don't drink the water at Blue Bayou because I'm peeing in it.
There's a bathroom. Like, when
It's
you're at the
far,
beach,
though,
but
man.
when you're at the beach, there is no bathroom. There's no bathroom at the beach. Like, you go in the water to pee because otherwise you got to go all the way back to you got to go up that, through the sand, up the ramp, across that boardwalk, got to shower off all the sand off of you, go wait 10 minutes for the elevator because there's always a line. You're cold, got to go all the way back upstairs to your room, go to the bathroom, all the way back.
Yeah.
It's like, it's all that just to pee. No, I'm just going to go pee in the water.
That's how I feel at Blue Bayou, though. Like,
But it's not that far.
I got to get out of the kiddie pool that I just got done peeing in. Like, I got to walk past all the people that have on bathing suits that are too small and the guy that have bad tattoos. Like, these super expensive, like, smoothies that you buy that don't even taste like smoothies. And I got to go wait in the line, and I get all cold again. Like, it's just not worth it for me.
We're past the halfway point of the show.
Have you ever, like, I've never done this. I would like to peed, like, during a ride at Blue Bayou.
I haven't been to Blue Bayou since I was probably 7 years old.
Really? You
Yeah.
want to? Let's go when it opens up.
I'm good. Thanks.
We'll go pee on each other. You don't want to? You want to go sit in the wave pool and pee on each other? It'd be great. Huh?
You sounded like Dwayne.
We'll be like Risher and Condon.
It's an enticing offer. I'll probably go ahead and pass on that. We're past the halfway point of the show.
All right. I got a couple. Well, no. Yeah, I do have a couple more.
Are you just full on, just about to put on?
Yeah. It's second half. It's halftime.
Taking off your shirt on the. Come on, man.
It's halftime. What do you want me to do? I'm not going to wear both of them. Okay. Second half nightmare. Hashtag boogeyman's coming.
All right, I got one more. Do you have any more?
Yeah.
You got one more. Do it.
Josh Norman.
Okay.
During Jay Gruden's halftime speech, like when he was rallying the troops, Josh Gorman threw on his Beats headphones and started listening to music. Wow! Kick rocks, you clown. It's your coach talking, man. Grow up, so nobody likes you.
Do I get the last one, or you have more?
I mean, I could talk about the targeting thing, but we already kind of talked about that.
Fake Red Sox fans can kick rocks.
Are they like the fake Yankee fans, too? Well, is that the same?
Not exactly. The problem is that I don't know that there are fake Yankee fans. The problem with fake Red Sox fans is that fake Red Sox fans only came about starting in 2004 or later when it became cool to be a Red Sox fan. And so they bought the little hat with the red B on it, or even the green one because they're clowns and they do that. And they never say, it's these people that never say anything about baseball all year. All year. I mean, I'm not a hard guy to find. I mean, I'm everywhere. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. I do a show every day.
You do have a ton of podcasts,
I do this podcast. I do my Locked on LSU podcast. I have Daily Scone, which I haven't done in a while. I got my Morning Scone daily email. I do the Morning Scone Facebook show. I'm everywhere.
You're everywhere.
Like, you can find me if you need to find me, right?
Yep, I know where you are.
And everybody knows where I am. And clownish I'm using the air quotes, faux Red Sox fans, only like now and in the last week and a half, they're all up in my Twitter about, hashtag do damage and all this. I'm like, you haven't watched a game all year. You don't know the 25th guy on the bench. You don't know the third man in the rotation, let alone the fifth man. You don't even know how to spell Craig Kimbrell. Like, you have no idea of anything about this team. But you bought the little cute bee hat way back in the day, and when they get to the playoffs, now you're going to pretend to care, and you're going to get up in my Twitter. You know what? You can kick rocks because you have no allegiance. You're a clown show, and I don't want to hear from you ever. Like, you are the fakest, phoniest fan base ever. People from Boston, cool. My guy Christian Lockature, thick Boston accent. I mean, every time I talk to the guy, he's like breaking down, Porcello. I'm like, all right, great. I love the guy. I mean, Lockature. I hate that he's a Boston fan, but I get it. I respect his fandom. Guy's from there, grew up in it. But if you're in Baton Rouge And you have no reason to have any allegiance whatsoever to that team because they haven't been a national team but for 10 years, kick rocks and get out of my Twitter.
I like it.
Is that it?
The targeting call can kick rocks.
You can kick rocks. I mean, yeah, the targeting call can't kick rocks. All right. Prime Occupational Medicine, primeoccmed.com. Safety, human resources, corporate planning. We appreciate our guys over at Prime Occupational Medicine for sponsoring the Riot podcast. We're going to get to Ask Us here in just a sec. So if you're watching us on the Facebook Live, you can get your questions in. Justin said Blue Bayou is the cause of global warming. Craig said, so in essence, Blue Bayou is actually Yellow Bayou?
Well, I mean, it depends if you're hydrated or not. You know? I mean,
that's true. That's true, yeah.
I stay pretty hydrated, so no.
I have been lately. Drew, I told you last week, Drew got sick. So Drew had been sick, and so he kind of got me sick. So I've just been pounding fluids a lot, just a little drip in the throat and everything. Been drinking a lot of power, tons of water.
Yeah. You got to go with the water.
So I've been peeing and then you pee that much, and then you just get everything flowing, then everything flows. You know what I mean? When you have that much fluid intake, everything flows.
What do you mean? Like doo-doo?
Oh.
Really?
When, I do Metamucil every morning.
Does your number 2 look like a number 2?
Oh, yeah. I'm super clean, man.
Really?
Well, I've taken, literally since 2000, every morning since 2006, I take Metamucil.
So you get up in the morning, pop your Metamucil.
With my vitamins.
With your vitamins.
Every morning.
And then how long until, does that immediately?
Oh, and then I go get a cup of coffee. I mean, by the time I'm 3 sips into my coffee, we're ready.
Do you drink your coffee on the toilet?
No.
Because it's quick, because you got the Metamucil. You're just in and out.
I mean,
in and out.
Less than a minute.
No push, no nothing.
Nothing.
Really?
Zero.
Wow.
Probably don't even need toilet paper.
Wipe just
so
because.
Clean, just because you feel like you got to.
Yeah, because you should.
Obligation.
Yeah.
For sure. Rick Harvey said, first time watching, y'all are hilarious. Great.
I'd like to see one of your
Thanks,
number
Rick.
2s. Next time you do a good one, take a picture of it.
Nope, I'll not do that. That's disgusting.
Oh.
Just like you wanting me to go sit in a pool of urine with you at Blue Bayou, I'll not do that.
Could you take a picture of the toilet paper after you wipe and it's super clean?
Nope, I will not do that. You know what you can do? You can take Metamucil for the next 10 years every morning, and then in 10 years, you'll know what that's like.
What I like to do is crush Oreos before I go to sleep.
That's usually not a good idea.
Yeah.
Probably not healthy.
Yeah, that's what I do.
All right, because we were just talking about the fake Red Sox fans, give me your breakdown on the World Series.
Well, first off, this is the
Go ahead and spit real quick.
This is the first time that I've seen this many lefties in a power lefties in a postseason matchup, World Series at that. I mean, you've got Kershaw, who we all know about, but Chris Sale, who to all the Red Sox fans understands how dominant this guy can be. You got Rich Hill, you got the Rue guy, you got David Price. I mean, it's lefties coming out the butt. So we're gonna have to see which team. If I'm picking which team has the most powerful right-handed bats, I'm gonna go with Boston on that one. If you're just playing straight up matchups, a couple cool things to think about here, Matt. Cora,
yeah,
played for the Dodgers.
He did.
Dave Roberts.
He also played for Boston.
Dave Roberts
played for Boston.
He
did. I hate Dave Roberts, by the way.
Why? Why do you hate Dave Roberts?
Because Dave Roberts stole the base in Game 4 against the Yankees in 2000 in the history of the game, and that, of course, is how they wound up beating the Yankees in Game 4. And then, of course, anyway, we all know the story.
He's a good guy, though. He
sucks. I hate him.
No, he's a good dude.
He sucks. Kick rocks, Dave Roberts. Hope you lose again this year and forever.
So here's what I'm going with. I think Boston's going to win this series in 5. I think Chris Sale on extended rest because he had a little illness is going to come back throwing 1 billion miles an hour. Boston is one of those unique teams this year. We haven't seen it often in baseball, but there's 2 legitimate MVP candidates on this team, in Mookie Betts and Martinez. Benintendi might be, I don't say he's better, but I mean he's right up there with those guys. Some veteran leadership with Kinsler, the third baseman Devers, who's come on, he's a 2nd-year player, but really swinging the bat well. And Machado's a nerd. So I'm going Boston because I hate the way Machado plays. I like Rich Hill. He's a good dude.
You played with Rich Hill in San Fran?
Yeah, I hope they win that game that he pitches.
You played in San Fran?
Chicago.
In Chicago, that's right.
So we came up in the minor leagues together.
Yeah.
We rode the buses and all that together. But I hope L.A. wins the game that Rich pitches, which would be Game 3.
That's a great story, by the way, with Rich Hill.
Yeah.
Like out of obscurity to being relevant and pitching in the World Series for the second consecutive year.
Yeah. Good dude. Couldn't happen to a better guy.
By the way, so you tweeted over the weekend, "Hey LA, second place is the first loser. At Dodgers can't buy a championship with Machado, just like at Lakers can't buy one with King James. Boston in 5, GSW in 5. Why are you trolling LA?
I don't like the Dodgers.
Why not? You played there.
I did. And I like the
Is that why you don't like them?
No, I like the setup when I was there. I'm just not a fan of the way they play the game. I like the third baseman. I think he's a good player. I like Brian Dozier, but he's not necessarily a Dodger. And I like Matt Kemp. He was there when I was there. He left and he came back. I think everybody else plays the game of baseball very selfishly. I think they're playing for numbers. I think they're playing for arbitration and free agency. They're not necessarily playing to win ball games. They should have won the World Series last year. But they had opportunities every single game. Instead of getting a runner over, bunting a guy, or hitting a ground ball to score a run, they tried to hit homers, and it's a selfish way of playing the game. So I don't like the way that they approach it. I don't think it's a winning brand of baseball. They'll have success because they have good players, but there seems to be no real leadership there. So I'm going Boston.
Kershaw against Sale tonight. Who do you like game
Sale.
1? Why?
He's better. Kershaw's not Kershaw 10 years ago. He's topping out at 92, 93. The curveball doesn't have as much bite. Sale is fresh. There's not as many throws on that arm. He was on the DL a few times this year, so his innings are down. Chris Sale has the ability to take the ball and literally no-hit anybody at any point in time. Kershaw's not who he was.
Do you still have your Dodgers jerseys?
Yeah.
Can I have one of them just for the next 2 weeks? Because I am hardcore pulling for the Dodgers.
Are you really?
Do you think I'm pulling for Boston?
Well, you could pull for nobody.
No!
Do you like the way Machado plays baseball?
I don't care how Machado plays baseball.
That's
what
stupid.
I care about is Boston not winning another World Series, so I don't have to listen to goofball faux Boston fans get up in my Twitter about how #do damage and all this stuff when they don't know anything about anything.
Well, I got news for you, pal. Boston's winning this thing in 5.
Shut up. I bet you thought the Dodgers were winning last year.
No, I didn't.
You did.
I got Sale. And then what's the game 2 matchup? What is it? Ryu and Price? Is that what we got?
Yeah. Yes.
Ryu and Price. Ryu and Price. So David Price is coming off the best game of his season.
It's
Really
the first time in his life that his team has won a playoff game he started.
Similar to Kershaw, FYI.
That's true. No, you're right. That's fair.
Yeah. So Price just threw out of his mind. I think he keeps it going. Ryu is hittable, although he is good, but he's hittable. Game 3 is probably going to be Rich Hill, Porcello. I'm assuming. I'm going to go Rich Hill because I like Rich. He's got a really good curveball, and he's funny. And his wife is nice.
We break it down here, folks, on the Riot Podcast presented by Prime Occupational Medicine. We got one thing left to do before we get on out of here. We call it Ask Us. You can ask us anything about anything. We appreciate your questions.
Oh, look, we changed it. We went purple.
Oh, good. So someone's listening. So the guy who's doing the shirts is listening to us?
Yeah.
And give me a better font than what you have right there. Give me a bold font. Cool, I like that.
Is that one better?
Let me see. Good, it's a better font and it's in purple. Who's the guy that's making these?
Don't worry about it. It's a secret.
Well, he updated it. I like it. I'll buy that. How much is that?
I'll buy that for $1.
$1?
Go check out the website, man.
Kyle Gallo said, "This is the best conversation ever. I'm crying laughing." I guess he was he's got poo emojis on there.
I do want to see your toilet paper after you wipe.
No, you cannot see that.
Quit being a sissy.
There's nothing on there.
Well, I want to prove it. Prove it. Prove it that you have no doo-doo on your toilet paper when you wipe.
Dodgers in 6.
No way.
They were in the World Series last year. Kershaw's going to pitch 3 times. Okay, so Dodgers in 7. Dodgers in 7. Machado. Let's go, Dodgers. Dave Roberts was there a year ago. He's got the experience. Cora's going to grab the throat. David Price stinks in the playoffs. Dodgers. I mean, I don't actually believe that, but that's what I'm pulling for. That's really what I'm pulling for. Okay, this is Ask Us. You can ask us anything about anything. Let's see. Craig Dugas, ask us, will we get an appearance by Pine Tar in the series?
I'm sure.
What do you think about that?
I think everybody does it. I think they all do it. So if you start getting on one guy for doing it, then everybody's going to be in trouble. Everybody, 99% of the pitchers cheat.
Have you looked at the bill of Craig Kimbrell's hat? There's this. He's got a hat. There's a circle right on the bill. It's a discolored circle. In every pitch, he goes right to that. What do you think it like? Is it like the sugar from the bubble gum he's chewing and licking his fingers? What do you think that is?
It's rosin. It's from the rosin bag. It's a little sticky stuff. It's the tape remover. Like it's all kind of stuff.
Canola oil, maybe.
Whatever.
Snot.
I played with a guy that would put Vaseline under his tongue.
Bengay.
Could be.
Vaseline under your tongue?
Under his tongue.
How would it stay the whole game? That's gross. Dale Talbot, you guys are too much. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks, Dale.
Thanks, Dale. Love
You're
you.
the man.
I love you, Dale.
I'm Dale.
I love you, Dale.
I love that commercial.
I'm going to buy your house.
I'm Dale. I'm going to buy your house.
Juan says, ask us, why does Matt and ESPN hate LSU?
I don't know. You hate LSU?
Yeah. Don't you listen to my show?
It's true.
Clinton Summers, would you really call Price a power lefty?
Yeah, I would. Did you watch the game, Quentin?
Kyle Gallo. Oh, he said kick rocks, Juan Tonka. Matt doesn't hate LSU. That boy, Kyle. Get in there.
Yeah, get him.
Unless if you listen to my show, then it's very clear I hate LSU.
Who's going to win, LSU or Alabama? You hate LSU. You hate them so much. You do hate them.
You picked Mississippi State.
I did.
To beat LSU.
I did.
Do you hate LSU?
No.
Okay. Craig Dugas, ask us, small lake house in the Rockies or Mansion Beach house in Biloxi? Biloxi.
Rockies? What kind of question is that? I'm going to the Rockies.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Juan, I know it was a joke, man. It's all good. Matthew Rogilio. How we Roggillio? Rogilio? Regilio?
Rogelio.
Regilio.
Rogelio.
Regilio. Rogelio?
Rogelio.
Rogelio. You have to roll your R. Rogelio.
I can't.
Rogelio. He said ask y'all. Ooh, I like that. That's better than ask us.
Yeah, ask y'all.
Ask y'all. How do you feel about the GoFundMe for free Devin White billboards?
I think that's great.
I think it's a waste of money.
It's not your money.
It's true. But he asked me how I felt.
That's your go-to, though. It's not my money.
It's not.
Would you put any money for that?
Nope.
Well, what if they had the billboard? Would you like it?
Nope.
Would you not like it?
Nope. Kind of indifferent. I just think it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's not going to serve any purpose.
Yeah, well.
No, it won't.
I was going to rile up the troops, baby.
I'd rather you give me that money.
I'd rather be a second-half nightmare with the boogeyman coming.
Okay. He's got a really good curveball, and he's funny. And he said, and his wife, what did you say? His wife?
She's nice.
His wife is nice.
She is nice.
Austin Timmons, ask us, who has a better home field advantage, Dodgers or Sox?
Man, L.A. in the postseason is tough. For real.
After the third inning when everybody shows up?
No, it's different. In the postseason, it's different. I had batteries thrown at me and ice and everything else. I don't know. That's a good question.
Interesting. So pick one.
I'm going to say L.A. because I've never played in Boston.
Yeah, you never played Boston postseason. Well, you played
never played in Boston, period.
Really? Why not?
We never played there. I don't know.
Don't you play everybody in interleague now?
I don't think so. Maybe.
But you played during interleague.
I did.
You never played in Boston?
I've never played in Boston.
You played Boston and Chicago?
Maybe. I've never played in Boston. I've never played in Cleveland. Yeah. And I've never played in Minnesota.
Did they have the new field when you were playing? No. Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Late. I went to Minnesota. I went to a game in the Metrodome in 2002. A-Rod was playing for the Rangers. He had a jack.
He was so good. When he was with the Rangers, he was...
Oh, my God. He was so good. It was just like he came up and it was just like everybody. It was like get your popcorn.
Yep.
Ask Patrick Chabot. Ask us, do the goalposts come down Saturday if the Tigers win?
Probably.
Absolutely, positively, unequivocally, without a doubt, no. Because LSU will not allow it. They put security personnel around the goalposts now, and they will not allow that to happen. Rush the field? Yeah. Goalposts? No. And by the way, I'm not advocating rushing the field. It's very dangerous. But what I'm telling you is the goalposts will not be coming down. Joshua Harding asked Ryan, since free DW40 shirts were made so fast, can we add STTDB to the back?
Nah, it's too vulgar, man. I don't like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, change of heart, huh?
Yeah. Change of heart. When my 9-year-old daughter was running through the house, yeah, that's when I changed.
What was she saying? The whole thing?
No.
Just STTDB?
Yeah.
She was just...
Yeah.
Like
she knew.
The initials, or...
She stopped when she should stop.
She said, suck that tiger, and then stopped?
She stopped when she should stop.
Oh, wow. Macy. Or was that Georgia? Georgia's not.
Of course, Georgia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ask us. There's another one about the Devin White billboards. Wait, hang on. I got to restart the music. It stopped. Sorry about that. Ask us. Y'all going to be at the Bama game?
Yep.
Ask us, where can I get the shirts?
Check my Facebook. Go to Ryan's
What
Facebook.
if people don't have Facebook?
Well, then
Well, actually, if they're watching right now, they have Facebook.
Yeah.
For the people that are listening.
I think it's outdooraddictionsusa.com. Little wordy.
If I post a link, can I get a royalty?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'll give you
Okay.
a royalty.
I'll post the link.
10 cents.
10 cents?
We'll negotiate it. That's
10
just
cents?
That's my starting offer. Where do you want me to start?
$5.
Nah,
For
bro.
every shirt I sell. How much you selling them for?
This is a negotiation.
How much you selling them for?
I don't know yet.
What do you mean you don't know? You said it's on the guy's website.
This
How much
all
are they
happened real
listed
fast.
for? How
This
much
is
are they
all-
listed for?
This has all happened real fast. I haven't even looked at it, actually.
I'm going on in Birmingham in 8 minutes, so we got to wrap this up. Last one, trivia. Ask us, does Ryan know that they put chemicals in the water that turns it blue when you pee in it at water parks?
No, they don't, because I pee in the water park every time I go, and I've never seen any blue chemicals.
That's just an old wives' tale. Okay. Riot Podcast, presented by Prime Occupational Medicine. Shout out our friends at Prime Occupational Medicine one more time.
If it's safety, human resources, or corporate planning that you need for your business, visit www.primeoccmed.com or give them a shout, 225-749-5750. Ask for my man Sean Connor or the legend Doug Thompson. He can help you out if you're a business
Duggar?
owner.
Like
Yep.
Duggar?
Duggar's there. He's in prime time.
Teach me how to Dougie?
He's there, man.
Like 1997 National Championship game-winning
and
pitcher
if you
Doug
want,
Thompson?
If you want to get in touch with Skip Bergman, he's on the prime team as well. I mean, these
Really?
guys
What does the
are
skipper do over there?
Whatever he wants. These guys are rolling. Prime is, yeah.
I'm looking at this website right now. PrimeOCCMed.com. Services, how we're different, providers, forms, news, careers, contact. Let's see. There's a link for safety. You can pull this up, Paul. There's a link for safety. There's corporate support, human resources, on-site services available. Do you need our team to come to your workplace?
They do. People do.
Wow.
Yeah. They should probably come here
That's awesome.
to this workplace.
Experienced and certified doctors providing comprehensive solutions.
Mm-hmm.
PrimeOCCMed.com. You'll check it out. Business owners, check out PrimeOCCMed.com. Prime Occupational Medicine. Shout them out, especially because they're sponsoring this podcast. And if they didn't sponsor this podcast, then you would not have had Terrio today ask me about my Metamucil poop.
Nope. It's true. Thanks, Prime.
Are we done?
Yep.
All right, we're done. This is the Riot Podcast. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next Tuesday at noon or whenever you decide to download this podcast and listen. Bye.